left-hand side all the way up there, and I'm taking it way left in order to go back right.
You started doing it. You weren't doing that to start with.
The faster I'm going, the scarier it is for me to go back to the right.
Yeah. Well. When you went in there hot.
Yeah, I think I just felt a little something like that there. Maybe, yeah. I thought I was too hot there. Because I had my foot off the gas, getting some good traction. Better than the last couple of classes I was at, though. This is a little in my budget. Doing it on this side. If I were to do something as a consultant for a day, I'd want $1,300 too. And if he's driving faster and you can't keep up, then you watch him drive away. Yeah. But you can watch him a fair distance ahead. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with these always smooth here yet. Too wide.
Yeah, too fast. Yeah.
this and that horrible. He's way up near the
That's the new 400 horsepower.
Yeah, I think that's the guy who's got it. Yeah, so the line you've been driving will allow you to keep up with things.
Yeah, I'm losing the hair. Wheels that have felt sort of going over the unevenness.
And what is it felt?
A little, that chatter you were talking about. I always want to try.
Bad idea. Never forget you can go through Springfield.
Yeah.
Still be the same, right? Be like a snake slithering. That's what they do. I mean, you don't even know what you're watching unless you've been out there. They've got those little particles. He's off on every corner I've watched.
See if I can get this one right. Well, it's impossible to get a turn correct. Check right. It's impossible for you to tell me when to turn in. I need a reference point to do it. I can't just do it on signal.
No, that's true. And I watch that over and over, and I try to get that to happen. Failed every time. Yeah, I have no reference at all. I don't use them myself, so I don't know. the other hand, the coach I use has them for every track. And just like what you talked about, he's got marks on the pavement.
Yeah, I mean, I was seeing like cracks like that. If I can get my left wheel to hit that crack,
Yeah.
I'll be on the right line.
Yeah, and if you do that and that doesn't work, then you know, okay, that's
Then you move it.
not right. Now I need to find another one. Yeah, you gotta keep looking and working.
Right, it's like here. Going fast, like it's great. You know.
The thing with the cones is, of course, they can always put the cones in another place.
Right.
Although this track doesn't tend to do that.
That one had a red spot on the
Yeah,
curb.
it does, right? And so does this one. Yeah. So they've made an effort here, but a lot of tracks, they don't do that. They can move a few feet, or at least a few inches, and a few inches can be all the difference if you're really cooking. So I'm glad you mentioned the usual reference points. I think for the time.
So my reference point here is that piece of pavement, this black pavement, right?
Okay.
There. So if I get my front tire on there, and it gets on then
Yeah,
I ended up in the right spot.
Yeah.
You know.
And let's say you ran it right across the point, and you know, you just nailed it, and you did it 3 times in a row, and the car is the same place 3 times in a row, and you go, that's not where I want it to be. It's close, but it's not right. What, you know,
Right,
what
then you can do a
adjustment
small
do I make?
adjustment.
Boom, boom. And if you can do that, then you're doing it. That was a great session.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Huge improvement on the day. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh,